Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to today's Splatoon stream. Specifically, we are going to be playing. Alright, we are going to be playing some Splat Zones here, mainly because rank up is currently in clams, and I hate solo queue clams, so I'm not going to bother even playing it. Oops, hold on. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna be playing some opens because I don't like playing Blitz solo queue, and I don't want to rank up in it. Despite it might all go pretty well, I just don't. I don't trust anyone, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go ahead and play some opens until I get sick of opens, and then we'll probably go to Salmon Run if I were to guess. I don't actually know the stages for Salmon Run. Not bad. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Minus the arrow spray, but that's pretty okay. Too Many Trizukas is also today, but that's at 1 p.m. and I don't like Too Many Trizukas. Ooh, the Sheldon Sampler challenge is tonight. Ugh, but I'm playing freaking. Yeah, I won't be able to do that second one, which sucks because I love both of the. Well, I love Umami Splat Zones. Unless I decide to wake up at. Well, no, even then I would only be able to play one. Well, I could play it. I'd only be able to play an hour of it though, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, we are going to be playing some Splat Zones, like I said, and yeah. Nice. And we will save the S rank for another day, possibly next week. I'll probably try to get to S plus before the season ends. I think next season I'm gonna actually try to get into S plus a bit more than I tried the last two seasons. Because the first season I tried, like the first season they introduced X Battle, I tried really hard because I wanted to play X Battles. But then after that, I was just like, well, I don't really need it. But now I would like to. I would like to play X Battles a little bit, or at least have a third rotation, so I don't have to be stuck with either Clan Blitz or like I don't have to be stuck with one of my least favorite maps on one mode, another least favorite maps on another, and another least favorite maps on another. Okay, this is really weird comp. Oh, hi, Luna. That's very how YouTube works, so I'm proud of myself. Good job. You learn how YouTube live streaming works. fan. Man. No, no worries about it. I don't really care. I'm just here to have fun. Always good to take mental health breaks. Especially since I pretty much just suddenly transitioned from YouTube to Twitch, so it's not like I expected, like, any follow-ups or whatever. Out there. But I'm glad you're doing all right. Man, I like to peruse the hell site known as Reddit occasionally, and I learned that people people do not understand how game development works, really. I've seen multiple people saying, like, oh, chargers are broken, they need to be nerfed, blah, blah, blah. And, like, chargers haven't been good since the first game. And people who are like, oh, chargers are more balanced in Splatoon 1 because, yeah, you shouldn't use Reddit, it sucks. People don't know what they're talking about in that game, or in that app. There are so many people that are like, oh, well, the chargers are broken because there's no flank grass, and I'm like, you guys just... The reason, like... I can give you a million and one reasons why chargers are not broken, but the main reason why chargers are not broken is solely because just about, like, every weapon has a counter to the charger in some degree. Like, either it's, like, the weapon has high mobility, they have... you know, specials that can dislodge chargers, blah, blah, blah. I can go into a whole thing about that. Nah, rotation is mid. It would be better if it wasn't museum zones. See, and then people do that, and they're like, oh, chargers are broken, they shot me around the corner, and I'm like, you were literally standing out in the open. There's a reason why they got you, is because you were standing out in the open. You're mid. Thank you. I try. That looks so weird. Just a fist bump from, like, behind like that. I know squids don't have bones and things, but damn. I was using the wrong shoes. Still no 5-star stringer? Nope, because I have been busy. I have a real job now, so I can't really, like, grind or anything. Fake stringer fan. I'm almost there. It's hard to get 5-star stringer when you only play ranked. That's why I don't have any weapon to 5 stars, because I only play ranked. I've just learned that it's significantly more difficult to get 5 stars in rank than it is Turf 4. And even more difficult still to get a backline from 4-star to 5-star. I feel like they should alter that, but I can see why people... Like, I can see why they did it the way that they did. At least for backlines, I feel like they should alter it. Boy kisser. I'm still trying to get the Rockenberg badge as well. Can I stop getting backline, secondary backlines, please? They have a lot of paint. And they also have 2 booyahs, so this is fun. Call. Itchy. Whew. It's been really hot here in good old Arizona. Wow, that was a good shot. Bro, like, weaved that shit. I literally did not know what to do. Knockoff. Yeah, sure. The open power system is ridiculous. Yeah, it's something. I don't know why it's like it is like it is, but look out of here. Dude, I was in that shield. What the hell? My team and I got like, I think we got like 0.3 or 0.1 or something like that. It was so ridiculous. But it's like literally the same thing. It's like the same rank gain and decay as League. So it's like you get one. It's literally like you get one. Yelling this way is not going to help anybody. How did... Unbelievable. How could you? These guys are not taking care of what we need to be taking care of. Also, if I play one more game and I get a freaking backline while I'm playing Stringer, I'm swapping. How could you unfriend me like that, Luna? I can't believe you. Swear to God, every time I'm like, yeah, I want to play Stringer, what's the worst that could happen? I always get like another backline. It's so annoying, especially in opens. There's one time where I got dual Tristringer, and that was annoying. It wasn't terrible, but it was annoying. Let me send you my friend code. Good thing I have your Discord. Oh yeah, let me check to see how this feature redeemed. Yeah, it was very good. It was very good DLC. It really helped tie in. It really helped tie up some loose ends to the story, like how, like pretty much how the city came to be, and it was good. How Rex and Shulk were still connected to the world, even though they weren't physically in the world. It fixed a lot of it fixed a lot of questions. Now, the only real thing about Xenoblade is that the next game, like, they already said that this was the end of the Xenoblade Chronicles trilogy. Now, but Xenoblade is still going to be a thing, but Xenoblade Chronicles is basically done. Let me see here. I'm very excited to see what they do. Very excited to see what they do about Xenoblade in the future. Oh my god, I have a lot of friends on this. I just realized. They also need. They still. Wow, one of my friends is playing Pokken. It's been a hot minute since I played that game. I kind of want to get back into it, but we'll see. Maybe in the future, because I've only played Pokken. Well, on this, it doesn't even show me. On I played a lot of Pokemon on the Switch, but not a whole lot on the, not a whole lot on, or I played it a lot on the Wii U, not a lot on the Switch. But yeah, no, like, we don't know what's going to happen next. We're hoping that Takahashi will make the M-rated game of his dreams, because he said that he's wanted to make an M-rated game for a long time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I still want to see. I still want to see Xenoblade Chronicles X2. Hell, I would still like to see Xenoblade Chronicles the original for, or Xenoblade Chronicles X. I would like to see Xenoblade Chronicles X come to the Switch. I know that game is like a logistical nightmare because it was a miracle that it was even on the Wii U. Because it was really impressive, but like, sheesh. I really wish I knew where my Xenoblade Chronicles X disc was, but I don't. I moved and I have no idea where I put it, and I'm sad about it. Especially since I have like a Xenoblade shelf back there that I'm not going to show you because it's covered in, or there's some laundry in front of it, but a lot of Dynamo players. Honestly, I'm not surprised that there's not more vanilla T-Tech players, because dude posted a video about vanilla T-Tech yesterday. And like, people just suddenly started playing vanilla T-Tech a lot. Like, there's like a couple days ago, dude put out a jet video, and like, there's so many Jet players after that video came out. How the fuck? Watch left. Bomb! It's on ultra stamp. Like last second. Dude, hey, got a fist bump. Dude, this fucking... I hate Elon Musk. Also, this has no relation to Elon Musk. What, really? Double? Okay. This has no relation to Elon Musk whatsoever. My Twitter is safe for now. Good. Never touch it. Don't update it. Don't touch it. It's a terrible, terrible piece of software. Anyway, there are suddenly a lot of people that are like, and I hate this. I hate this mentality. But there are suddenly, everybody's like, oh, well, this weapon is good. Like, how long has this weapon has been good? There are people who always complain about shooter privilege again, and I still strictly believe that the reason why they complain about shooter privilege is because they don't branch out and play other weapons. Like, they're like, oh, it's shooter privilege, like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, this is a rant based on that Reddit thread, but it's like, oh, it's shooter privilege, OMG. It's like, the reason why NZAP got buffed is because in Turf Wars, Trislosher was broken, or it was overused, and especially because there was a Japanese Turf War tournament, and Trislosher was the most meta pick for that tournament. Fizzy, or Soda Slosh. But people in NA were so upset that the NZAP got buffed a little bit because they wanted to make the NZAP a little bit more popular, which is fine because NZAP, while it's being used in competitive a lot, it's not like it's the most popular pick. People will still pick Splash. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, people like Splash is broken because everybody plays it. Splash is probably the most balanced it has ever been in the entire game. The fact that it has less range, so you can't fight at max range just easily, is huge. It's actually huge. Gotta watch the stand. I kind of want to make a video about it where it's just like how, like, the reason why people think shooter privilege exists is just because shooters are very popular. Like, and I see people all the time complain about, they complain about chargers just as much as shooters, and I'm like, okay, well, if you can't play chargers and you can't play shooters, then that just leaves like half the game's shit. And how are you gonna justify using that? Because you can't. Yeah, you guys got that. Just like, and I'm a little guilty of this, but I think people complain far too often about certain things, and I think they just need to be quiet. It's like, just let people play what they want to play. Nice. And it's like, the only reason why people pick Splash over T-Tech at this point is either they're looking for a different use case, or freaking, they're just used to Splash, and Splash has a similar kit to T-Tech, so if you need Tri-Strike, you might as well just run Splash. Like, it really is not that, like, I don't believe that there's any kind of privileges in this game. Every weapon has its pros and cons. Splash may be huge, like, highly efficient, but it's not as effective at killing as, like, T-Tech is, for example. Hell, it's not even as good as bomb spamming as T-Tech is, if that's what you're going for. Let me change my clothes. Except from 52 gal. Yeah. And people complain about 52 gal. It's like, oh, 52 gal is so broken, and it's like, 52 gal is one of the most inaccurate shooters in the game. The only reason why they manage to kill people is because they know how to use the weapon. People act like you can just instantly pick up a charger and then you're god with it. I'm like, okay, then you go play a charger. I would also firmly believe that even if you were to pick up a shooter, you're not going to be good at it right away. Just because you can hold forward and press ZR doesn't mean that you're good. Luna, unpopular opinion. Mine are yours. Because I have a ton of unpopular opinions. I think Char's takes us so bad. Oh, I 100% agree with you. I actually agree with you on that. And I think it's, like, I think some of Char's opinions, like, negatively impact the community. And I'm not even kidding. Oh, you know what? I want to play Sloshing Machine. I truly think Chara's opinions are, like, bad for the community. Because when he says stuff... Oh, also, FLC, who's a Splatoon analyst, I disagree with his opinions so hard. I don't like his opinions. I disagree with most top tier, or top players, to be honest. Mostly because they play, like, a fundamentally different game than we do. Like, their priorities are different. Like, Chara and Dude and everybody says, like, oh, Chargers, they're good, but they're not that good. I think in the level that we play them, Chargers are decent at best. Like, I think Chargers are A tier, and that's mostly because people don't know how to fight them in lower tier gameplay, in lower tier games. Like, they really don't. Same with, like, Expo. The reason why people complain about certain picks, like certain long-range picks, is because they don't know how to fight them. And the fact just, like, I think Chara just assumes everybody knows how to fight against every weapon, which is bad. Which is not a good assumption to make. But, you know. I agree with you, Luna, though. I think Chara's takes are bad. That's why I don't watch him. That's why I don't really watch any pro player aside from, like... I don't watch any pro player aside from... Dude. Because Dude at least is like, yeah, this weapon isn't good, but there's, like, specific use cases about it. And he's also more willing to play, like, other weapons than I feel Chara would. But yeah. I went on this whole, like, 20-minute rant, like, with my team about how, like, pro players are perceived versus what they are actually, like, because honestly, I don't think there are any top-tier players anymore that are good with chargers. Like, sure, they have the good fundamentals to just, like, kind of pick up the charger and be semi-good with it. But just overall, I think they would really struggle with it. Oops. And the community acts like their say with every weapon is like what it's supposed to be, is what it's supposed to be, but I disagree so hard on that. Oh, I'm surprised it came in from there. There is one point where FLC had like a whole manifesto, and they said like something. Yeah, JP content creators are where it's at because they don't complain. They don't. I feel like JP just adapts. Like NA is so stuck with their like shooter mentality. They're not willing to experiment. They don't want to play certain weapons because they think they're weak. Blah blah blah. I think JP is good because they think certain weapons are weak. Yeah, and JP is so good. Let me swap to machine here because I want to learn how to fight machine. So I want to learn how to play machine. I don't really have a machine kit though, so you'll have to forgive me. We'll roll that. Like, JP is willing to use run speed, and swim speed. Okay, I'll have to remember that for next time. Like, JP is much more willing to experiment. JP is much more willing to pick like weird comps. Like when Chump came out, JP was like, okay, let's see what happens if we run double Chump. NA will never do that. They would never. No top tier or no top player will be like, yo, let's run this comp because it might be good. They're like, oh, well, this doesn't automatically counter this weapon or this special, so it's not worth it. It's not worth running. I'm like, that's not okay. That's not a good mentality. Like, they need to experiment. The fact that people refuse to play Slashing Machine now because it got slightly nerfed, either people got sick of it, which is justified, or they just, because it got nerfed, they think it's bad, it's ridiculous. Because Machine is still a very, very good weapon. Hold on. Okay, you're good with that. I'm dead. Like, I want America to, like, NA needs to experiment more. That's just the bottom line. NA needs to experiment more. Sorry, I don't mean to turn like every stream into some kind of brand. It's kind of a habit at this point. It gives me something to talk about at least, which is great, but also like I got a direct? Where? The fact that NA complains about every weapon too is kind of stupid. They're in our shit. Oh, what? I was literally up. Ugh. They have our number right now. We need to deal. We really need to deal with the slashing machine, honestly. They have a lot of range. Sure, on CDS instead. Maybe. I really want to make a video. You're taking fights you can't win. Yeah, I know. I really want to try to learn this weapon. The whole point, for me right now is to learn how to play this weapon. Sub power up good. I don't. Oh my god, I don't have any ingress. I don't have a whole. I really don't have gear for this weapon. But yeah, the whole point of my whole point of me playing this weapon right now is literally just to learn how to play it, so I can learn how to fight against it. Because me and my team very much struggle fighting a slashing machine. There are two weapons that all of us struggle playing against, and that's slashing machine and range blaster. And if I can learn how to play against, if I can learn how to play those two weapons, then I can learn how to play against those two weapons. It's the whole thing. You know what they say? Know thy enemy, something, something, booyah bomb. So I think next I'll probably play Range Blaster, Scrub Daddy. And, I mean, if not today's stream, then probably Saturday's stream, but S-Blast, Paintbrush, and Range. I get super annoyed at Range Blast. S-Blast, I'm kind of like, okay, they're kind of good. I'm out of ink already. Oh shit, they're shredding me, holy crap. Watch drop. Oops. Holy crap, crap behind. That's actually kind of a weird place for crap. Like, I get why they did that. It was a bad one, though. I'm gonna wait till you guys are in. Then. Ah. Or spread out too much. I'm gonna have to use this here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, our team is not that good at staying together. But also, I am not playing a weapon I'm used to, so... I'm but a lonely sloshing... Man, this weapon can't pay for shit. But I'm also starting to get the rage of it a little bit. I feel like I should not have painted that much, but... I'm gonna run QR on this thing, I'm dying too much. I should also run QR. Or power 1876. Honestly, with the power that I've been getting just recently, not too bad. I think the highest I've ever gotten was 1980 something, and that was still in the top 50%. I was a little upset. Highest is 2278. Yeah, me and my team kind of get unlucky. Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like we go up against really good people half the time. Or maybe it's just because we do really stupid plays like 98% of the time. Could be that. We usually kind of just stick around. Sometimes we learn. Most of the time we don't. Why and how? Other left. Thank you. Oh my god! Roller jump scare. Roller's going around to short drop. That's good ink jet. We'll learn our snipe. Sweet. But I also need to work my callouts, which I think I will passively learn on my ouch. Booyah bomb, watch for booyah bomb. They're about to take right. Alright. I'm gonna go right side. Booyah bomb here on the shit. Eh. Didn't really have a good spot for that. They're all in our snipe. The hell? Bro. Why are they just hanging out? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to start hanging out and snipe a little bit. We need to clean our back line up a little bit. They're low. Awesome. Stamp low is actually, yeah, stamper low. Chainsaw is supposed to be a better way of saying that. Chainsaw low. Rollers low. Watch for cracking. Ah, crap. Okay, I'm gonna swap. I do not feel good playing this weapon. It's a learning experience, yes, but also, like, I'm really struggling with it. I'm really struggling with the range, mostly. Okay. Chainsaw down. Forge is low, Forge is down. Seriously? No one took care of the roller behind. I'm gonna use Booyah Bomb on their zones. Forge on me. Forge is dead. Oh my god. I'm jumping to you, go. Don't let me down, please. Oh, we're dead. Maybe tell my main is stuff BTS. Yes. My god, that was so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna swap to Trap is not good. I kinda wanna play Vanilla Pro, but I'm not gonna do that. Because I feel like I'm just gonna hinder myself. I do not like the slushing machine. I can't fight it, can't play it. I'll learn how to do it later. Learn how to play against it later. I haven't played Na in a while. I'm gonna meme with the knot. Dude, look how, like, Na is so insane, and nobody's giving it the time of day. Like, there are there are 3 weapons that I actually think are underrated, and that's the Nautilus, the Swiffer, and the Tristringer. Those 3 weapons, nobody plays, and those weapons are so potent. Yeah, we lost 100 points. We lost a lot. Those opens are so potent at what they do that's kind of ridiculous. Like, they're an excellent counter to the shooter meta that people like to complain about. So it's like, and they're not even that bad at painting for themselves either. Like, none of them are. They're pretty self-sustainable, all things considered. I was swimming out of that. Okay, I traded. That's all I wanted. Okay, I thought someone was gonna go with me, but I guess not. They're all hanging on the right side of the map. He should be dead. Oh, yeah, he is dead. Wow, he went... Wait, what the hell? He went far. Splatoon question. I may have a Splatoon answer. Damn it! Okay, we got the lead though. I may have a Splatoon question, a Splatoon answer for you, Lucy. I don't have stealth trip on, so it's dangerous. I'm gonna not. Oh my god! I dropped everything. Does Splatoon 2 and 1 have a similar update cycle announced at launch? No. So the Splatoon, the original Splatoon, didn't have update cycles really. Honestly, they kind of just updated the game when they felt like it. Oh, we're done. Splatoon 1, they just kind of felt they updated the game when they felt like it, and as far as I knew, as far as I remember, they did updates for 5 years. No update every Friday. That doesn't sound right. Splatoon 2 also didn't really have a, Splatoon 2 also didn't really have that, kind of thing. Let's go back to the year 2015. Also, yeah. It wasn't 2015 to 2020. That was my bad. It was, 2015 to 2017. It was just way more than I remembered. Me and Sober debating what Splatoon 3 will look like on a new console since 2-year plan ends, maybe right in the new Switch launches. Honestly, I think their 2-year plan is they're going to just port the game. If there's no backwards compatibility, they might just do the Smash route where oh, alive. They might just do the Smash route where they will like update the game a little bit when the new Switch comes out, and then just kind of end it. Because they didn't really go back to, obviously, when they finished updates, they didn't really go back to it. There were times where they were like, especially in Splatoon 1, they were like, just kidding, we have a couple more updates for you. How are you not dead? Thank you. Nice. Yeah, the original had 2 years of updates. I think 2.5 years, and then there was like a surprise update. And then Splatoon 2 had an update of what? Also 2.5 years, and then an update. I don't remember that one as well. Bro. Of course my partner was an Aerospray. But yeah, they might do like one big update. They might do one big update for the Switch Pro or whatever they're gonna call their next console. But other than that, I don't really see them like breaking that. I don't really see them being like, okay, we're gonna just update the game with more stuff for 2 more years. I just realized I already double wiped no one of their low plays. I should be using my Okay, Luna, that definitely should not have killed you. That was specifically on me. You weren't even on top of me. Toby, please. Toby, please. Toby, please. Oh my god, Toby. We really need control. Well, we lost. Toby let me down. Bro did not even roll. He could have literally just killed the S-boss in like right in between shots, and he didn't. He was even damaged. I hit him like at least twice. Losing Splatoon post. No clue as. Oh, is that why you were asking me? Okay, I need to actually like. But yeah, no, for real. Like, they actually just updated Splatoon 1 whenever they felt like it. I can guarantee you. Like, we didn't have any of these, like, 3, like, per season updates or anything like that. Let me see really quick. Like, the initial release was on the 28th of May. Really, they did update the game, not every Friday, but they did update the game pretty much every Thursday, for some reason. Like 2.0, which was the release of squad battles and private battles, as I'm looking on Wikipedia here. It says that was a 2.0 change. That was on August 6th. On September 5th, which is a Saturday, there's some bug fixes. That's 2.1.0. 2.7.0 was on the 13th of April, which was some point. Anyway, the point is they were kind of sporadic, so they haven't really like they haven't really done a whole lot, but they did enough to make the game like consistently fresh, I guess is the best way to put it. Blob. I got hit by all the blobs. It was pretty hazy in details at once since I was like 14. I remember what the I remember a good amount of all the Splatoon games. I don't know, like, I guess I just dedicated so much time to them that I kind of just started remembering everything. Fuck. Like, the initial launch of Splatoon, everything was busted. Dynamo was a king among monsters. Rollers were actually kind of broken. Oh, we're dead. Okay, I'm swapping to Nova. Dynamo was a king of monsters. Luna Blaster could one-shot indirect with damage up. Damage up existed. Side note, should I pick up Splatbrella? Honestly, it'd be a niche pick. Splatbrella is actually... I think people complain a little bit too much about Splatbrella. It does need a damage buff. It is a little inconsistent, but nobody knows how to play against the Splatbrella. That's the problem. So if you learn how to play, you would be a very dangerous person. You do have to get over some of the inconsistencies of the weapon, but once you learn how those inconsistencies work, it becomes a real threat. Like, it actually becomes a monster. I'm not even kidding. That's why I'm okay with them keeping Brellas around where they're at. Of course, with a slight damage buff. But I think, personally, since people don't know how to play against Splatbrellas, and Splatbrellas are one buff away from being kind of busted, you have to be really careful about it. Like, you can't just buff them, like, everything about it out of nowhere. But, like, of course, they're not in a good spot, but they're in a decent enough spot to where if you play them seriously, not a whole lot of people are going to be able to fight against you. Because nobody knows how to fight against them unless you're playing, like, against top tier teams. Yeah, Tent is already pretty close. People question, it's like, oh, why does Tent not come out faster? And it's because Tent is a tank. Tent is a monster. If you're not careful with Tent, you could easily get just destroyed by it. So you have to be really careful with it. And that's why people, like, while people scream about Brella buffs, and I do think Brellas need buffs, they have to be incredibly careful because Brellas are one buff away from being OP, in my opinion. A lot of the weapons are actually teetering on the balance of being OP and or not. It's just, again, people don't want to use them because they think that the shooters are king and all of the shooters are best at every single situation, when that is very much not true, but, you know. Pro Chara knows better than I do, so. Like, what? Should I do another tier list? Hold on. Rising 10 is super good for a decent amount of crap. Yeah, it is. I don't want to play NZAP, or I don't want to play shooters, but NZAP's so good. Yeah, NZAP is great. Let's see here. Here's Inkpedia. Let's go to Splatoon 3 tier list. This is not nearly enough. And besides, people... Hi, Soapy. I think people really just need to learn how to play against weapons, really. A, B, C, D, S. Like here. I want to do... I'll do this at the end of stream. How about that? I'll do this in like 20 minutes. Oh, you know what? I should play Slosher. Like vanilla Slosher. Because I would like to learn how that weapon works. Well, I died. Thanks, Callie. does LDE run quad slush? The one time, yeah. No! My plan! He was smart! Okay. I used to be pretty good at Soda Slosher in Splatoon 1. But of course, it's been a long time since I played Splatoon 1, so... That was a bad inkjet. I'll do quad bucket deco for soup cash challenge. Jesus Christ. That honestly sounds super mean. I appreciate this man's dedication to the pencil, by the way. Pencil is not easy to use. Wow, I can't believe the aerospray hit me from up there. Don't ask me to play Zipcast, I'm very bad at it. The man squidwarded right into my shit. I should make my tier list video, like, in the eyes of a mid-level player kind of tier list video. I don't care. That's a good trade. Mm-hmm. Has this sniper gotten any kills? I'm totally gonna regret saying that. I'm glad I did not regret saying that. Udamas. Tier list for low level is good. Yeah. I might make a video and just label it tier list for my mid-level ass. Although this is gonna be the same tier list from the person, me, who thinks that the Splattershot Pro is better than the Splash. And that is a wildly unpopular opinion, so I'm playing really bad. No worries. I am just here for fun. Wow, okay, that was bad. Then again, I don't really know how to fight Hydras, so... Well, it's kind of weird. I know exactly how to fight Hydras because I've been used to them since Splatoon 2. But this game, I'm not really sure how to fight them entirely. No! This is incorrect. I mean, I figured people would think that's incorrect. But honestly, it can, like, the Pro, has range, it can paint for itself, it's a 3-shot kill. Angle shooter is a mini burst bomb, kind of. It's harder to use, but you can still get the same results, and it has more utility. But overall, I just think Splattershot Pro is better. If I put it fairly against, like, the Splash, would I consider it better? Probably not. Like, on the tier list, I would honestly still consider a Splash, like, an X-tier weapon, like, the highest high-tier weapon possible. But, like, it's not... I don't think it's that bad. Slosh this man! I think Angle Shooter can still be effectively used in AoE, it's just a lot more difficult to do that. Because you can still paint people's feet with it, it's just, that's not its primary purpose. Yeah, well, people like Burst Bomb because it can trap and it gives additional damage, so yeah, pretty much. Oh, hi. Yeah, so just be like me, never miss with the angle shooter ever. Oh, that's a lie. I miss with the angle shooter all the time because it gets angled downward and not up. Although I will say the Splattershot Pro is underrated. I think the pros are just underrated in general. I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. No. I'm doing a lot of like solo queue stuff. Don't mind me. Alright, well, I think the main reason why it's so difficult to get over the ink efficiency is because it is, like... It is actually hard to get over the ink efficiency, but, like... the thing is if you count the abilities that you have in play, like, it's not really that much of an issue anymore. Like, especially with Last Ditch Effort being a thing, it's, like, not really that big of an issue. I'm not, like, if you're playing the gear set in the most optimal condition, or if you're playing the weapon in the most optimal gear set possible, I don't really think efficiency is the issue. Unless you, I mean, and they also kind of just serve two completely different roles, I'm not even gonna lie. Alright, who wants to do a tier list? Dude, guy pal. Slosher goated. Slosher is goated. I'll do a tier list. I'm gonna go buy some lunch. Yeah, thanks for playing, Luna. Appreciate it. We ended at 1869.6. You know what? Good enough for me. Where's my camera? Oh, this one. This? There we go. Let me put on some hype background music. I actually don't even know if... Oh, there it is. Let's see. Let me swap over. Hold on. All right. Is there like a dark mode? Change background color. No, that's not it. Oh well. Anyway, let's see here. Sorry about playing so bad. No worries. No worries. So I'll label X rank as like the meta, honestly, because of course, go away, stupid ad. And like, of course, you have the general meta weapons. I don't think anybody's gonna complain about the ballpoint being there, just because you see it practically everywhere in comp, like no matter what level you're at. Same with the splashes. Mid-level meta. Yes, this is a mid-level meta, so it's not even gonna be like that good of a thing. I think heavy is actually an X rank weapon in mid-level meta. I do wish they nerfed the ballpoint a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot. Everyone's running Zap, yeah. So I'd say I wouldn't consider no, I'd consider Zap meta. Because everybody's running it nowadays. I think those are the only real weapons that I would consider like X meta, like meta defining. I would probably put the shots in S rank. Just because people kind of transitioned off of T-Tech. And stand like V-Shot for other choices. Speaking of vanilla, where the hell is it? There it is. I just think both of these weapons, while they're good, people kind of weaned off of them a little bit because of Zap and Splash is still a thing. So there's that. I honest to God do not remember the Rapid Pros kit. Rapid Deco Pro is a Rapid Deco, or no, it's just a, what is it? The fuck it's called? Angle Shooter Killer Whale. Okay. Well, if it's Angle Shooter Killer Whale, Rapid Pro though is actually a good weapon. The kit's a little bit lackluster. They'll put him in B tier. Wait, is that the Rapid Pro kit? Hold on. Splatoon. No, Rapid Pro has Toxic Mist and Ink Vac. C tier. Although it does complement, the kit does complement it very nicely, but Vac still isn't that good, in my opinion. Like, it's great, but it's not that good. Rapid Pro Deco is S. Yeah, right. You wish. The standard Rapid Blaster, I think, is A. It has a good kit. Well, wait, it has Ink Mine, doesn't it? It does have Ink Mine. B tier. Tri-Strike is great. But overall, I think it's just not that good. In fact, we decided for support. Yeah. I don't think Rapid Pro Deco is an S tier weapon. Clash is, for mid-tier players, probably D. Range Blaster is A, mostly because Range Blaster has the range. And Weight Breaker is actually really good for the Range Blaster, in my opinion. Its sub-weapon could leave a lot to be desired, but honestly, it's not too bad. I forgot to hit record, but that's fine. For recording purposes, meta defining X rank, and then you can kind of follow up with everything below. S is good in pretty much any situation. A tier is good in some situation. B tier is niche. C tier is super niche, and D tier is probably something you wouldn't run in tournaments. Range Blaster is crazy if you don't know how to fight it. Yeah, and most mid tier players probably don't, unless you play the Range Blaster. Regular Blaster. Regular Blaster has Auto Bomb and Big Bubbler. It has good spacing tools. V-Shot is better than Zap. No. Not in today's current tournament meta, because V-Shot isn't played at all. Because Trizuka is still hard to use. And everybody runs cooler anyway, so I disagree with that. But Zuka, like, isn't really used all that much in tournament. And we probably won't see it be used until, like, Chara picks it up or some shit. I'm not even kidding. Chara's gonna be like, oh yeah, Zuka Vanilla Shot is good now, and everybody's gonna pick it up. Try to get in and barely has good tools. Yeah, so that's why I would probably give it B tier, just because it can give you that space, but it's still hard to use. Dude has a V-Shot video, yeah. But I actually haven't seen that many V-Shots yet, so. Luna Blaster, I don't know. Luna Blaster has Splat Bomb, which is great for the weapon. It's not the best Zip Caster user though, obviously, just because you have to get in so close. I'll put it in B tier. Luna itself is a good weapon. It has a good sub. Special, I don't think really fits it that well. Luna Blaster Neo, though, I think is a good A tier weapon. Fizzy is a great combo with the Luna Blaster, as well as the hammer. The stamp is also a good weapon to use with it. Octobrush, I think, is S tier. It's the best Zipcast weapon. Octobrush is the best Zipcast weapon, period. In my opinion. I think because Octobrush leans so well to giving it space, I think that's why I like it a lot. Stamp is also a good Zipcast weapon, mostly because of Burst Bomb. The nerfs hurt it a little bit, but I don't think it hurt it enough to, like, you know, be an A tier weapon or anything like that. Ink Brush, I think is A tier. Very annoying. Does his job well. Light Tetras are mad zippy too. That is true. Though I think light Tetras are a little bit more difficult to use. But I think they would also belong in S rank. All the Zipcasters, and then poor Luna just kind of got shafted. Let's see. Bloblobber goes in A, mostly because nobody knows how to fight this thing. It's very annoying to go up against, but it is really, really good at making space. Like, it's good at forcing other people to make space for it, or else you will die. No question about that. YouTuber B tier. It's good at farming Tentamissiles. Its kit is kind of mid. The weapon is great though. Yeah, I think regular Tetras honestly are probably in the same spot, maybe a little bit lower. Like, I would probably put this in A tier. These aren't ordered, by the way. What tier they belong in is basically just going to be like, these are better than that, so... They're not ordered within tiers, though. I think Bamboo is slept on. Mostly because 5.1 actually matches it really, really well. People just don't give it the time of day because damage up doesn't exist. Both E-Leaders are... Well, actually... Now, both E-Leaders are A-rank weapons. They're really difficult to fight against if the E-Leader knows what they're doing. But if they don't know what they're doing, or you rush them, or you have specials to deal with them, then it's just like, done deal. Splat Charger, solid B tier. Splat Bomb is always good on a charger. Ink Vac, again, not the best special, but it's really good. Now, here's gonna be an unpopular opinion. I think the Squiffer is an S tier weapon. Coin Sensor works super well with it. And Bubbler allows it to create the space needed to push forward. Every Squiffer that I've run into is always scary. I feel like people need to utilize the weapon more in itself rather than just passing it off. It's also, like, Squiffer is an excellent counter to Splash and to N-Zap. And even to probably, like, Heavy and E-Leader as well. Let's see. Vanilla Jet has actually a really good kit. I think I'll put Vanilla Jet in 8. Yeah, I'll put Vanilla Jet in 8 tier. It has range. Wavebreaker suits it really well. Splat Bomb suits it very, very well. I think it's an A tier. The only downside is that it's inaccurate and it's a little slow with the dodge rolls. But other than that, it's pretty good. I'm not convinced that Bubbler is great for Squiffer though, but it's awesome. It's good for the Squiffer, but if I were to pick a special for the Squiffer, it would be Inkjet. Inkjet would fit Squiffer very well, especially with, like, if you're an aggressive Squiffer player. Lugas, I think, are S tier. Honestly, I'd argue that Lugas are better than the Sloshing Machine in terms of, not Booyah Bomb, but in terms of the weapons overall. Glugas are more difficult to use than Sloshing Machine, but I think Glugas are really dangerous. The only reason why I would like pick Splash Wall for one, I think Splash Wall fits Glugas really well. They're just really hard to use, but I still think they're S tier. Sloshing Machine, I also think is S tier. People just don't give it the time of day anymore because of the nerf, but I think this is still a very potent weapon, especially in mid-level. Splat Dualies, solid S tier. It's pretty much just Splash with a slightly worse paint, which I think is balanced and good. Suction Bomb is great for the Splat Dualies. It helps it create space. Crab Tank is good for the Dualies. Overall, I think it's S tier. Not like meta-defining like Splash over here, but I think it's good in its own right. My Dapple Dualies, probably C tier. Dapple Dualies are great. The vanilla Dapple Dualies are great, but I really don't think the kit is that good. It's great if you want to be a support player, but Dapples are not meant to play support, and I will always say that no matter what kit the Dapples Dualies has, the Dapple Dualies will forever be a Slayer first, not a support. So I don't think the vanilla Dapple Dualies are that good. Nouveaux, I think, are B tier. They're more aggressive, which is great. Torpedo is good for the Dapple Dualies. Reef Slider is awesome. It will never be clear Dapple Dualies in my head. These are not good main weapons, really. They're great, but they're not good. Vanilla Carbon, I would probably put in C tier. Honestly, Autobomb is not... Autobomb is okay for support kind of weapon that can't support. Exactly. Autobomb and... Autobomb is okay on a Carbon Roller. It gives it an extra distraction. But Burst Bomb, so much better for Carbon Roller. Inkzuka is also good for Carbon Roller because it gives it a way to deal with chargers. Zipcaster on Carbon Roller, while great, and I think it's a better Zipcaster user than Luna, I think the sub weapon really holds the OG card back. Dynamo, I think, is an A tier. People really sleep on Dynamo just because the kit isn't what they want. People don't know how to deal with Dynamo in mid-tier play. So I think Dynamo is really good. Basically, any weapon that people don't know how to play against would go into A tier and above. And then weapons that you probably wouldn't see that much play with or can easily be countered would be in B tier and below. Flingza, I don't think Flingza's that good, but I would probably put it in A tier. Ink Mine, I think, is bad on the Flingza, but it is really good at farming for 10 missiles, which is, if that's what you want, then you'd probably pick Flingza over everything else. Vanilla Roller is the B tier weapon. It's good, not bad. It's special. Big Bubbler allows it to create some space for it, but it can't really utilize that space all that well, so I wouldn't really consider it a good bubble weapon. Not as good as Squiffer, and definitely not as good as, like, this Junior. Speaking of which, both the Juniors, I think, are A tier weapons. One is great at creating space. One is great at forcing yourself into their space. So I think both of them are A tier weapons. Vanilla Wiper, I think, is an S tier weapon. Torpedo fits Vanilla Wiper very well. Stamp also fits V Wiper very well. I think Undercover is a bit underrated, honestly. The fact that it can still be as tanky as the Tentombrella sometimes, if you're good with it, then I think it actually is a good weapon. I don't think it has a good kit, but I think it's good enough to put it in B tier. I think Splatbrella deserves to be an A tier because nobody really knows how to fight against it, and the same with Tent. Sorella Tent also would be an A tier. Like, all the Brellas I think are actually really good. People just don't give them the time of day. Aerospray. Vanilla Aerospray is bad. Gold Aerospray is slightly better. I don't like the weapon is bad, the kit's bad. The only reason why you'd play this is A, you're playing turf war, or B, you're trying to farm for something. Both of which I think are better accomplished on other weapons. Yeah, no, like all the Brellas deserve slightly more damage just to make up for its consistency, but other than that, I think it's just very good overall. Underrated, but I think Splattershot Pro is a solid A tier pick. Range, damage, angle shooter is good, crab is good. Overall, very strong weapon. Very good introductory weapon to shooters with longer range. Squeezer, underrated. I think Squeezer's S tier. Squeezer, I think, has a good kit. It fits it really well. It has the option to be long range and short range. Zuka is really good on Squeezer. It gives it that little bit of extra range to counter some chargers. And then Splash Wall is also a great counter to a lot of shooters out there. 52 Gal. Honestly, I think 52 Gal is an X, like, it could be a meta-defining weapon if more people played it. Splash Wall on the 52 Gal is very, very good. 5.1 is very, very annoying on the 52 Gal as well. It's 2-shot, chip damage. It has wall to defend itself. Overall, very self-sustaining weapon. Very, very good. If more people played it in comp, then I think people would play it a lot more. 96 Gal. Yeah, it's insanely flexible. That's why I love it so much. 96 Gal, solid A. It has good range. Not as flexible as the 52 Gal. And I don't think it's as good as the foil. I'm gonna push the 52. Vanilla Jet, I think, is an A tier. No, actually, I think Vanilla Jet's B tier. C-Jet is A tier. C-Jet is great at forcing people to make space, and then V-Jet is good at supporting, both of which have good strengths and good weaknesses. I just think that C-Jet has better strengths than the V-Jet does. Vanilla Sploosh, good A tier weapon. Solid Slayer, has good, it's good when you can get in with it, but you will struggle to get in with it. Honestly, Tri-Slosh, Vanilla Slosh, and Slosh Nouveau are all X tier weapons. All three of them you can find in some capacity in almost every single team. And I think all three of them are great counters to like the N-Zap and the Splash because of their range. And also their kits are just good. Sure, T-Tech has a bit more, like, T-Tech is easier to use than Slosh, but I think the fact that Slosh is a 2-hit kill and is good on a lot of maps versus T-Tech where it's a 3-hit kill and they have the same kit, I just think Slosh is better in every way. Maybe except in terms of kill time, but that doesn't really matter a whole lot. Personal bias aside, I think Explo and Tristringer are both S tier weapons. They're great at chip damage, they're great at making space, they're great at forcing your opponents to think about where they're going to go next before actually going there. And you know, if you can aim properly, both of them are potent as hell. The Nozzle Noses, I think H3. I think it's H3. Yes, the H3 is outclassed. Unfortunately, it has good range. Doesn't have good paint. It's outclassed. It has point sensor, which point sensor is better. Hi, Lucy. Point sensor is better on like Squiffer. Slosher winning X tier, yes. You missed my whole point, but Slosher, I think, is just better overall than the, I think Slosher is better overall than the, Vanilla, or the T-Tech is. We're on H3. Better tactical weapon in Nouveau and Zap. Better point sensor weapons in Squiffer and, like, Nautilus, which is an S tier weapon too, honestly. Counters so many things, but people don't give it the time of day. Hydra, I think, is also an A tier. It's dangerous, but it's hard to use. And also, Booyah Bomb weapon and Auto Bomb weapon, like there are better Booyah Bomb and Auto Bomb weapons out there as well. Mini, I think, is an A tier weapon. Burst Bomb Stamp works so well with it. Not as insanely close to egg. Yeah, if these were ordered, I would put not like way up here, but people just need to pick it up. Like, people just need to pick up the knot. They need to pick it up and learn it, and it will be good. I promise you. Knot will have its moments soon, especially since they buffed it to a crazy amount and people still don't use it. Once it gets a better kit, I think people are going to start using Knot way more often in comp. L3, Curling Bomb. It's good paint. Curling Bomb, there's better Curling Bomb weapons in my opinion, and there's better crafting. Excuse me. There are much better crafting weapons, honestly. Ah. Yeah, Knot is good. Reflux is, I think Reflux is a decent A tier weapon. Knot 10 is a crazy combo. I can believe it. Reflux is, well, I don't even think Reflux is that good, honestly. Honestly, I think Reflux is like a C tier weapon. At this point, there are better. There's just so many more better kits than Reflux. Like, Reflux needs something different. It needs Zuka or something. It's just not the kit that it currently has. Inkbrush Nouveau. People who think it's good are stuck in like 1.0. Inkbrush Nouveau has Inkmine and Ultra Stamp, but it's just as annoying as a vanilla Inkbrush, so I'll just put it A tier, because I think Ultra Stamp is just really good. Poor Snipe Rider. It's not good. It's not a good weapon. It's not a good kit. It just needs to be better. Forge, I personally believe it's S tier. Honestly, I think Forge is a slightly better Booyah Bomb weapon than Machine, but overall I think Machine is easier to use. Forge has, of course, ink efficiency problems, so yeah, there will be difficulties, but I think Forge is a really good weapon. Both debating, well, I think Nova is a solid B tier weapon. It has good niches. It's really great if you just want to know where people are at all times. It's great at that. But other than that, that's about it. Where is... There it is. Anarchy, A tier. Inkmine is so good on it. Personal bias aside, I think Anarchy with the Inkjet and the mines are great. Deco, I think, is also a solid A tier pick. It's harder to use, but I think Zipcast works really well on it. And I think Point Sensor, while it's difficult to use, is a good combo tool because it comes out pretty instantly. Zimmy. Yeah, Fizzy is better than Suction, honestly. I think Zimmy is an A tier weapon. I think it's one of the better users of Burst Bomb, or not Burst Bomb. I think it's a better user of the Toxic Mist Bubbler combo. Mostly just because you can hinder people's movement, and then you can just rush in with the kill, and then if you need to make space, you have Bubbler there. Rapid Pro, easy S tier. It's just okay. Yeah, it's just okay. Zimmy is pretty much like Junior. Rapid Pro Deco is really good. Inkmine, Inkjet, great combo. Or Torpedo Inkjet, not Inkmine Inkjet. I'm thinking of Anki. Torpedo Inkjet is a great combo for it. I've gotten so many like off kills with this thing just by throwing a torpedo first. It's crazy. Neo Clash is better than Vanilla Clash, but it still sucks. I think ZF is S tier because Splash Wall is great for a charger, and Tri-Strike is good for taking for painting, where chargers usually struggle with that. I think all the Kraken weapons are just okay. I don't like the Kraken weapons a whole lot. All of them kind of just are there. Even with their sub-weapons as they are. Like, I think Beacon's great on a roller. Point Sensor Kraken combo goes super hard. And I don't even remember what 96 Scal's sub-weapon is, but overall, I just don't think Kraken's that strong enough to justify putting them any higher than B tier. Here's a controversial take. I don't think Splash Neo is as good as Vanilla Splash, and I don't think Splash Neo is good as Slosher and T-Tech. Heavy Deco deserves A. Maybe. Well, actually, I think the Point Sensor Kraken combo is really good, so I think I'll put it in A tier. I really just don't think people overvalue Splash Neo a lot because, like, I think T-Tech is more versatile than Neo is. Slosher can cover more weaknesses than Neo can, in my opinion. So I think Splash Neo is way too overvalued. Excuse me. Let's see. Chump Zap is A tier. I think Chump is actually pretty decent special now. And of course Zap is just good. Yeah, I mean A tier is a little overinflated, but that's okay. Sploosh Neo, I think, is also an A tier weapon. 5.1 is really annoying on Sploosh Neo. It's a really great user of beacons and quick respawn. Die, respawn, jump back in, continue what you were doing literally 2 seconds ago. You might not like me for this one. I think the L3 Nose D is an S tier weapon. I honestly think I think the L3 Nose D is an S tier weapon. Burst Bomb combos so well with L3, and Stamp is pretty much just a good potent tool. That's a line. I love the L3. It may be controversial. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll put it in A tier. It's really good, but it's not the best. Same thing with the heavy version. The H3, the light nozzle nose and the heavy nozzle nose are both A tier. Honestly, I would probably put this in S tier too, because I think this is one of the better Big Bubbler users. Again, not as good as Squiffer. I think Squiffer is the best Big Bubbler user to date. But Rapid Pro Deco, A tier. Well, I think I'll put an S tier. S-Blast is S tier. This weapon is dummy. This weapon is stupid. It's so stupid, but nobody knows how to use it, so. Deco, S tier. Paintbrush, A tier. And then C-Jet, or C-Doolies, A tier. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Like, these, you would probably see these in most team comps in some form or another. These are really strong counters to some other weapons, especially like, you know, Tristringer and Explorer, great counters to shooters for the most part. Squiffer's great counter to everything in X tier, in my opinion. ZF, same thing. Neo can counter like half of these. Doolies, I think, can counter half of these. Like S rank can counter X rank. A is like, these are weapons that are good but are very niche. You will still see them in team comps, but probably not. But I think they still have their utility, and they're still very good. B tier are very much niche weapons. I definitely think there's a way to use these, but there are better options. C tier, same thing. Super niche, barely viable. You can find better options for all of these in some form or another, and then D tier is just bad. All right. I think that's going to be it for me. I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this and post it on Twitter. And then get flamed in the comments, because people will probably not like it. Anyway, yeah, that is going to be it for me. Stop recording. Don't you dare say it. It is Twitter. It's fucking Twitter. I guarantee you it's Twitter. I'm going to scream. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some food. I'm hungry. There's a new sandwich shop that opened near me, and I'm gonna go get a sandwich. I ordered it for dinner last time. I'm ordering it for lunch right now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Tonight, we are fighting more Golbez. We will be playing Final Fantasy XIV tonight. Please look forward to it. We are very excited. We can taste Golbez's defeat soon, very soon. I think we either can get it tonight or sometime next week. Give me that sandwich ASAP. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you, Luna, for playing games with me. Follow the Aether Thieves. I have it in the description down below. But other than that, I will have some form of video out probably. Well, actually, I'm slowly uploading our Little Squid League VODs, so those are going to be coming out too. And like I said, hopefully I'll have another Final Fantasy XIV video out next week. But that's going to be it for me. I'll see you guys hopefully tonight for freaking, oh my god. I'll see you guys later tonight for Final Fantasy XIV. If not, then I'll see you on Saturday for more Splatoon. Johnny, bye-bye.